Hey guys, Michael back here with you. I've been out in the garden a little bit, sweating a little bit. It feels good to get outside. Um, it's really humid today. So I've been out working on my rows a little bit um, with my hoe and my wheel hoe just to clip some weeds back and keep it cleaned up. It's not too bad. There where I had the tarp. Now where I didn't have the tarp, that's a different story, and I'll show you a picture between the two of them. But it's it just is what it is this year. I worked on that area that I didn't have a tarp one time, and it just wasn't enough to keep it cleaned up. Um, but the area that I had tarped is a huge difference. I mean, I still got some grass coming up, some weeds coming up, but it's not near as tough to maintain as the other stuff is. So I'm really thankful for that tarp, and we'll be using it a whole lot more. Just to give you a little update on things out here, um, we've been picking peppers. Um, Over the last week or so, we've been picking quite a few peppers, banana peppers. We picked our first bell pepper yesterday, jalapenos, the pepper from my buddy Arkansas Woodcutter. These long, skinny guys, and I can never remember the name. I'll post the name of it right here when I look it up here in a minute. But these, I tried my first one today with lunch, and it is a very mild tasting pepper. It's not real strong tasting um, in heat or in flavor, really. It's just a mild flavor. It's got a tinge of heat, not much, when you get up here to the seeds. But all this down here on the end, it's just I mean, it was a good pepper. It really was. I ate the whole thing with lunch, and it was good. It's not as strong tasting as a banana pepper, even. So keep that in mind if it's something you want to try. They seem to be growing good. So my my tomatoes are loaded. All three rows. I've got the I believe it's the lemon boy, the purple boy, and the Jubilee tomatoes on my indeterminate row, and they are loaded down. I've got all of my cherry tomatoes, a whole large mix, and them things are loaded down. And then I've got my Tachi and my red snappers, and those things are just doing great. I cannot wait for my first tomato. I've got the ones in the pot, the celebrity. They're about to ripen. A few of them are. I talked to the man that gave those to me, and he bought quite a few of them. And today at church, and he was just talking about how he didn't like the flavor of them. So I don't know. He said they just don't even taste like the real celebrity. They're a celebrity hybrid or something. So I don't know, something from Bonnie. But I'll let you know when I try them out. But my little girl, she wanted a large plot of zinnias this year, and so we've got her a big mixture of zinnias planted out there, and and they're starting to bloom. So we're really thankful to get a few zinnias. We've been cutting them as soon as they bloom so that they spread out and make even more. My little boy, he wanted to plant some this week, so we planted him a few up here on some of my raised beds, and we'll see how those do. And so I've got that going on. My down below my tarped area, I've that area. It's just, I mentioned it before. The not having the tarp, boy, you can definitely see the difference. Um, I've run my wheel hoe over it just a time or two before surgery, and worked on it, but it just, man, it looks rough. So that just is what it is this year. I think we've gotten one squash. Hadn't had any cucumbers yet. The cucumbers are trying, but it's just tough down there, and I really haven't been able to work on it as much as I want to. The spaghetti squash are loaded down, but they're wilting a little bit on me, so I'm just going to have to watch that, and may have to check on them here in a day or two. We're going to put something on them. But the fairy tale pumpkin, I've not seen any pumpkins on those yet. And those winter squash I planted, I haven't found any of those yet. So anyway, that just sort of is what it is this year. You win some, you lose some. For me, as long as I win my tomatoes, I'm doing okay. So at least I get a couple fresh tomatoes off these vines. I'm going to have to get out there and probably string them up here one evening this week. They're coming on up. So I want to run another line of string on them to keep them in there, keep them growing up tall. So so that's sort of what I got going on at the garden. Not just a whole lot going on out there. I'll work on it when I can, when I feel like it. You will notice today that I'm not wearing my patch, and this has really been the first week that I've not had to wear the patch as much. I still wear it if I'm driving, because my vision is a little bit blurry still, but it's not, I don't have the double vision as bad as I did. And they told me it's going to take some time. I mean, the doctor told me it may take, 3 or 4 months, and so far it hasn't. I mean, so far I'm right at 2 months now from surgery, and things are coming back. My energy's been better this week. I did work outside here yesterday, even though it rained. I worked out in the barn here, and quite a bit yesterday, and then about 4 o'clock I went in and crashed for just a little while, but I didn't take near the nap that I've been taking. So I'm gonna count that as being thankful for that. So glad to see some energy coming back. Now, coming up soon, I found out this past week that at the end of the month I do have my round 2 surgery coming. So we knew it was coming, didn't know exactly when it was coming, but I'm thankful it's coming now. Go and get this thing over with. I'm starting to feel better, and so the doctor says I can probably go ahead and get this over with. So that's what we're going to do. End of the month, so I have a few more weeks before all that happens, and a few things planned with the family beforehand, and that's what we'll be doing. So I'm thankful. I'm really thankful today. I'm thankful to be feeling a little bit better. I'm thankful for a little bit more energy. Thankful that my vision's coming back. And I'm thankful that I'm getting this surgery over with. It's not going to be an easy process. I've known that. But it's all in the timing, and it's in the timing of the Lord that when all this happens. So I'm glad to be getting this over with. So anyway, I'm going to close this video out. I really appreciate all your comments, all your prayers, all your support as this has been going on the past 2 months, even beforehand a little bit. Just if you would, at the end of the month, keep me in your prayers again as I go through round 2, and we'll see after that if I have to have a round 3. I don't know yet. So we'll find out more as we get through it. So anyway, I appreciate all you guys watching. Leave me a comment if you stop by, and I'll catch you on the next video. Goodbye.